in America do not think for self first. Failing to think for self first is the greatest mistake we, the poor black people who are up from servitude slavery of the fathers, can make. But for the slave master children, our failures to think for self first is worse than anything their fathers could hardly dream of in their day and time. Self first, over 100 years, we the black people have not learned to think for self first. This is due to the fact that we tried to think something for the benefits of the slave master, something to make him smile at the free black slave. Trying to win the love of this white slave master had been the black people's greatest mistake. Now it had become our greatest mistake. To have love for them, right race, mean the fire of hell. The God is heated. It's heated up for both you who love the devil and the devil too. Do not blame this white slave master for your love and desire for Allah God who loves you. While this white slave master, the devil does not love you. Devil nature will not let him love you. Do not blame this white slave master for your love and desire for them above your love and desire for Allah God who love you. While this white slave master, the devil, does not love you. The devil nature will not let him love you. The white slave master is so full of deceits that he can deceive you and all others. The Bible teaches us. The Holy Quran refers to this white slave master, the devil, as the arch deceivers. As to deceivers, the devil has no equal. He is the professional, the wisest of all deceivers. So from the slave master preachers, making parents up today, he is the professional and wisest deceivers of all of the civilization of the earth. And he had deceived all of the civilization of the earth. The Bible teaches us that he deceived the whole world. The white slave master, the devil, did not deceive us, the black people in America alone. He had deceived every human being, well, except the angels of heaven. The arch deceiver, the white man, had deceived the reverends that he has made. And this is why they would not accept Islam. They'd rather go to hell with the slave masters. The devil will just honor them as weapons that the devil has made. In the Bible, John and the Revelation sees that the preachers and his followers is burning in hellfire with the devil, the white slave masters. Top of the morning to everyone. Top of the morning. In the Bible, John, we see in the Revelation sees that the preachers and the followers burn in hellfire with the devil, the white slave masters. I do not care how much you teach or tell the reverends that he is headed for hell and following the white slave master, the devil. They ignore the warning for the sacred honor of these white slave masters. But when you look into it, you will see that the white slave master is not honoring the reverends. He is fooling him. The white slave master cares nothing about the reverends that he has made. And he thinks that the reverends are fooled for following him. It is written in the Bible which teach the reverends against following the devil. People who work as the devil's disciples are called reverends. The word reverend means to respect, but this is a false honor for the devil. And yet the reverend goes still, and he will walk right into the lake of hellfire with the devil as long as the devil call him reverend or father. Only one God, brother. Some of the devil disciple are called father after the Pope, the chief father of Satan religion of Christianity. The Pope claimed in the Bible that he would sit in the side of the north and be like the Most High. We see Isaiah 14:13 and 14. And yet Allah God promised to pull him down to hell. Allah is going to pull him down real fast. The home of the Pope had gotten one of the worst beaten with plague, snow and ice. Enemy, the worst beating that you ever could have imagined coming to the head of the church. This shows that Allah, God, the supreme being, does not respect Rome and his father, whom they call Pope. If it was a holy place, we would not expect to suffer the curse of nature. We who live in America live in a cursed country. White America is a cursed country. White America is a divine place of the exile for our enemy. He promised to use America now for a lake of fire, in which to burn all his enemies. The Indians, the first people who were sent, who mind granted to America. The Indians was also the enemies of Allah. Self first. The rebels are the enemies of their own black people. The preacher do as this white slave master tell them to do. The white slave master killed them as he did Reverend Martin King Jr. But since they are the devil's disciples, he should kill them if they do not obey him. That is right. And the devil wants to be a God like Allah, for Allah will kill those who do not obey him. So the devil killed those whom he has sent and who will not obey him. So look out, Reverend. Be careful, Reverend. The white slave master have proved in our own eyes and hearing by killing Reverend Martin King Jr., who thought he was blessed to go to heaven, but instead he went to hell with his enemies. I do not mean the hell that is on earth someplace, brothers. Reverend Martin King Jr. went to hell with the wickedness of his white enemy, trying to satisfy his white enemy. He gets no credit for all the work that he did for his enemy. And his enemy knows that. I dare any one of the Christian theologicals tried to prove that Reverend Martin King Jr. went anywhere else, good man that he was, Reverend Martin King Jr. was deceived and frightened to his very heart by the enemy. Self first. Think for self first. When Reverend Martin King Jr. talked with me at my home, I saw in him that he wanted to believe me. But he was so afraid of his enemies. Self first. You cannot serve two masters. I tried my best to put the fierceness in him. See, Reverend Martin King Jr. admitted to me that I'm teaching right. He admitted that the white man is a devil. And he was afraid to take a stand and preach that this white man is a devil. The white man has set Reverend Martin King Jr. with 50,000 Nobel Peace Prize. For this money, the white man desired that Reverend Martin King Jr. go to hell with the devil. The devil did take Reverend Martin King Jr. to hell. If Reverend Martin King Jr. have lasted to this day, he would have been in the same corner with me. The real satanic people are is none other than the right race. We keep it real. I'm not going to water this thing down. The real satanic people are the right race. They don't have it today. They don't have it for you and I today. And why are the nation that are angry? They are angry because they living amongst the dissatisfaction. We are coming through the dissatisfaction. Hundreds, thousands of us is dissatisfied. No one is satisfied, even though they are righteous. The righteous and the unrighteous is unsatisfied. So how do we find a right method and start practicing a right solution? Because there's 100% of us dissatisfied. You see, the devil had Reverend Martin King Jr. and his powers through fear. But good heart black brothers. Reverend Martin King Jr. had a good heart, but yet he was dead spiritually. Yet he was a smart man in his studies to see the truth of what I'm saying. So I went down to the Coliseum that we had rented for a mass meeting, and I told the puppet what a good man Reverend Martin King Jr. and I had at my home. I told the public what a great man Reverend Martin King Jr. was. And the white enemy shows Reverend Martin King Jr. what a great man he, the art seer, was. And he set Reverend Martin King Jr. up with the prize money. Just as it is written, the art seer is capable of deceiving the whole world, except God's last messenger, the Lamb, the Bible, Revelation. Self first. Let us try and be ourselves first. And stop trying to be like the devil. Black man, you are created black. You black men are the first and the last. Black man, stop trying to be white. You see what Allah God had prepared for the white slave master, the devil. You will run from the devil when you get a taste of it. Allah God had prepared the fire of hell for them. You see, if you get a taste of what this devil is getting today, you will run from the devil. For Allah God had prepared the fire of hell for them. See, you can't partake with these people. So many of us is willing to partake with our enemies. Some of us are willing to integrate with our enemies that God came to destroy. Some of you are in love with the enemy. Some of you want to befriend your murderers. So if God sends down his judgment on the enemy that you are in love with, you say, no, God, I ain't going with you unless I bring white folks with me. Yes, this is you. See, some of you will say, well, the hell with you, God. I know that there's some good white people. And then you just start making yourself busy trying to find someone good that you can tell your God to your own God. See, you remind me of Abraham. When Abraham went to the angels and told the angels, will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? He said, well, go see. Can you find 50? You find 50, I will not spare the city. See, Abraham couldn't find 50. And he said, well, go see. Can you bring 40? And he said, well, go see. Can you bring 30? Then he said, well, go see. Can you bring me one outside of Locks and his family? If you can bring me one, I spare the city. You see, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they about to get. Do you hear me? These people is not worthy for you to follow. Because if you see what Allah God have prepared for the white slave master, the devil, you will run from the devil when you get a taste of it. Allah God prepared the fire of hell for them. You can't partake with this enemy. A lot of people is willing to partake with Satan because all these things he will give you if you bow down. You see in Hollywood, you see in that American Music Awards, black people, black celebrities bowing down. You see Kanye bringing Blanca, whatever you call her name. You see how they doing the devil's bidding? They do anything to make a fool out of themselves, to get the exposure, to get the recognition. They do anything what this devil tells them to do. Shameless and wicked mans, ungodly people who change the glorious God for idols that can neither talk, that can neither move, they have to be carried. So we see the Holy Quran teaches that the black man will wish that between him and the devil was the distance between east and west. But you serve this devil. You love him because he had made you to fear him. From the cradle to the grave, Wake up and take pride in black self and come follow me. And the God with me, God who says there is no fear, one who believe in him, nor shall you grieve. Just think of the blessings that is in those two promises: no fear, no grief. I know we have fear and grief much. So if anybody needs a God to remove fear and grief from him, we are certainly the people. Fear the devil, the white man, and what kept us back from enjoying heaven. If we do not think to please the devil, we are most certainly members of his hell. See, day and night they are killing you and each other of their kind. Yet you want to please the devil. You cannot go to heaven pleasing the devil. You go to heaven, you have to please God. You black men are directly from the God of heaven. Black men, you are created to serve Allah. You was not created to serve the devil. Come and follow me, and there will be no fear for you, nor shall you grieve. With a Muslim fear none but Allah. If anybody needs the fear removed from him, it is the frightened to death. Black man, America, self first. We must seek ourselves first. The black man must know himself. At the end of the day, we are not like we were in the beginning. In the beginning, we was right. But we were deceived by the arch deceivers. And see, we know no other race but a right race. So self first. The black man must seek himself first. And stop trying to seek after this devil whom God has come to bring an end to. The black man. Now the black man, for the first time since he had been in the Western hemisphere, is accepting himself as a black man and not as a colored man. Although the black men have been colored. Now the black man had learned that the color was false and that the coloring came from a robber, the devil, after he, the devil himself, had put our black fathers to sleep to the knowledge of their black self. The white man purely nearly destroyed all of the original color of us, and he added in his own color. Never have we, the black man, been so happy to be called black. The book, the Bible, teaches us that God will come in one day, and God will choose us, the black people, to be his people. We did not know anything about the false color part that God had in mind to remove from us. But now God is here amongst us. He's teaching us of the knowledge of our color, and we love our own black color. And now we have learned that the color of our enemies has almost destroyed our original black. We are now awakened to the knowledge that black is the first color and the last color, if there be a last. And now that we have learned it, that the black is a better color, we want to be black. We just do not have a better color than black. Black look good all the time. The beautiful part of black is that we love black. Since we now have the knowledge of the true color, black and the false color, we are separating the original black color from the false color so that we can preserve our own black color forever. The knowledge of the black self given to us by him who knows us, we all should be happy and rejoicing to know that we the black people was never a wicked people till we followed the wicked one, the white man, after his wickedness. God had declared us, the black man, to be the righteous. God made it plain to see why we are the righteous. We are from the righteous black people by nature. We the black people are righteous by creation. We cannot be other than righteous. This is the happy time of the black man's life. It's the happy time of our life to learn who we are, to learn that who we are. The black man is the best of people. Under the shadow of death, We, the black law found of our people here in America, live under the shadow of death by ways of cowardly enemies. Every one of us, the cowardly enemy, seeks our death one way or another. The cowardly enemy will not fight you as a brave man will fight you if they think that you will fight back. They will steal on you when you least expect an attack from them who live under the shadow of death. We flee from the cowardly, the enemy, the devil of the south, seeking refuge in the same cowardly, the enemy, the brother in the north. The enemy, the devil of the south, follow us to the north to seek his brother of the north does not treat us any better than they did in the south. They seek police jobs so that they can beat and kill us who are trying to escape. They seek to kill us or get us killed at any price. They do not care about our loyalty to them. In their hearts, there is death for us, the black man in America. So they seek police jobs to get us killed at any price. You see, they don't care about our loyalty. In their hearts, there's death against us, the black man in America. You see, this was a mystery, brothers, that what they did to Robert Brooks, they tied him up, cuffed him. See, they will least steal on you when you least expect an attack for them. This shows cowardice. There was 8-9 officers beating up on Robert Brooks. This shows the cowardice of the white man ever since we have been here. You see, there is no law and order. The laws is disregarded as though they're thrown in the jungle by savage wolves and beasts. See, when we look at a wicked justice system and see this world is owned by white supremacy in the political, educational, spiritual, cultural, wherever you want to see white supremacy is ruling. So don't get it twisted, my brothers and sisters. But God says, for great judgment are afflicting America as we speak. You see rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, fire, and many other related pledge. So you see at tons, millions of tons of water is going to drop on America in an area where most of you may live. Can you not see that God is after you for all is evil you have done? You see? But God says, I'm going to come amongst all my holy ones, and he's going to come in a time that you least expect it. So white America, at some point, they're going to rally. They're going to take, as you see the independency, as they take it as a joy to celebrate the independency of others. They're going to rally and think that this day is going to be a good day, a good time. But I say to you, it's not a good time. It's a wicked time. It's an evil time. It's a dangerous time. So they're going to rally and think that it's going to be a great day. Then all of a sudden, one disaster is going to come, followed by another disaster. And as you think she's getting over the sword made by a previous disaster. Another one will come, and another one will come to strike her. So we see, I had told you, believe it or let it alone. We live under the shadow of death. You see, babies murder. Today you read and hear that white America is agreeing to kill unborn babies. See, they have set up a law for it. This is the worst sin that you can agree on, to have your baby killed before its birth. See, what are you going to do that for? You try to put out an unformed story that you are getting to be too many people. And we had to cut the birth rates. Who needs to cut the birth rates? The black people had no needs to cut down. They need to increase the birth rates. The earth and the heaven around the earth are ours. Who is going to go hungry? Do you not read the past history of how the righteous are always the winners and victorious people? So will we be the winners and victorious people. Yeah, my bad. We are not thinking of anyone making us hungry unless it is Allah God. He came to feed us, as it is written, my righteous servant shall eat, but you shall go hungry. In America, hunger is starting at you now, unemployment. You cannot buy the food that you used to buy. You had nothing to buy it with. This is why I plead with you to come join up with me and let us go to the earth and grow our food, not go walking around the city with a basket for the devil to drop food into. He will not help you, or he will not have any food to drop into his own basket. You're not only food store, but you have clothes store. You have plenty of this. But that does not mean that he cannot come to hunger and nakedness. For Allah God strikes at him. Allah God bring the wicked into desolation before they can get started to strike back. Murdering the black babies, the only one he should be thin out is himself. Earth belongs to the black man. What do we look like cutting down on our birth rates? Is there any narrow of the earth for us? Earth is being expanded for us. There is plenty of earth for us. For Allah God will clear the earth of its wicked population. All of those places will be taken by the Muslim. I ain't worrying about that. My God, to pay attention to the white man and let him slaughter the baby before and after their birth. This will be like what the fire worshippers did, who worshiped the fire god Moloch. They took their babies and threw them into the fire to be burnt up, to show the sincerity to the God of fire. And are you going to enemy of the black man to have him deprive you of giving birth to a black baby? To let him kill it in your worship of him? Do not you think that you are acting like a mighty big fool? I think that you are. This is our earth. Have they squeezed it up so that there is no place to live except to kill off the black people? No, black brothers and black sisters, I hope that you read this. Understand that we, the black people, are the true owners. Allah God is giving the earth back to us. This is what he means, as well as the spiritual religion of us. When he said, accept your own. This is our earth. He's telling you to accept it. He will give it to you. The Bible teaches that the meek shall inherit the earth. The humble, poor people, they get the earth, for it belongs to them. We have parables in the Bible which the writer of the history of Jesus tells us was spoken by Jesus. The parable of the lost sheep and the son returned and became owners. This only means you and me. Why do not we take our place? Why should we give our babies to the enemies to be destroyed? Because he said, he had nothing to feed them with. Follow me and I'll show you. We get more houses than you need and more money than you can spend. Help me, brothers. Allah God will not deprive you of your good reward. I know that you understand. What we do for Allah God, he will do it for us. In this day and time, we're all tired. The wicked and the righteous are both tired. What sin has this poor black baby done for you? To murder it in your room. He has done nothing. Will come back to you in a terrifying way. Your conscience will condemn you for doing such, and all our evil will come before you. Let us not be such fools as to think that we have to cast our babies to the harm of a murderer to murder them for excuse that he needs to do so in order to feed and house you. No place is crowded but the city. There's plenty of room in the countries. The black men have never had a problem. Look at China and India. They do not destroy their babies just because they do not have money. They try to have means to take care of them. See, China take care of her population. Indian does not take care of hers because she depends on Britain and other white people. We must remember that the white race have no part, no share in earth, only have time to live on earth. They did not have a share of actual earth itself. So let us not kill our black people for just the action of a murderer who was made to murder us. I warn you, do not think hard of him for doing what he was made for. But I do fault you for following him and what he was made for. When Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy spoke out for the Negro, excuse me for a second. Okay, let's go. Let's get to it. Okay, from the death of Abraham Lincoln to the assassination of President Kennedy, it proved that on each one of these occasions was outlaws overruled legal authorities. It was in the case of presidents who opened their mouth, said something favorable for the so-called Negro. I'm not saying that this was the reason President Kennedy was assassinated. It seemed very strange. Every president who said something favorable for the so-called Negro paid for it with his life. Now Donald Trump, he can't make America great again. The people, they can't stand him. And you see, America has started a war that they can't finish, man. For Trump, sending legal immigration, deporting them back to their home, acting like he's cleaning up house. When you look at their house and the house is completely divided, I told you guys, when Satan and his kingdom is divided, it cannot stand. Because Satan and his kingdom has come. And Trump, America will never become great again. Listen, I say this because the people are going to put their hope into a billionaire and poor Joe Biden. He's going to put his hope in a billionaire. Just as you guys put your hope on Donald Trump. You see, there's a war that's going on with the drug cartel And Trump. Yeah, and they rallying too. They stand on business. And see, all this we do, I pledge allegiance to what? To the United States of America? And you say one nation under God with liberty and justice for who though? Man, for whites, man. And I keep saying the country cannot be said to be the white man's own. But after taking it and conquering the land through the native Indians who had the independent claim, I think that they need to pack up and take their ass back to Europe. Or take their ass back to West Asia. As a matter of fact, Asia don't even want to have no part. So I want to say, oh America, oh America, where shall you flee? We also can suscitate this by facts. That any nigger wants to lead the so-called nigger to a better life towards truth, peace, freedom, justice, and equality, which he is entitled to enjoy, is also subject to the same kind of assassination or attempt at assassination. I know these to be facts. There are even some seen not to want a true freedom, who will also speak unfavorable and plan unfavorable action against those who dare to lead a true struggle for justice and equality. The tragic death of President Kennedy should serve as a warning to all rulers and people of value that value cannot be trusted openly in the presence of thieves and robbers. There has never been a president elected to such high office who had the hearts of everyone for him. And never was there a king who had the people wholeheartedly with him, regardless of how good the king, the president, prime minister, or the spokesman for the king are presidents. There are many people who do not like the high officials holding the top office of the nations. I think that they should be well protected and all precautionary steps should be taken to ensure such person safety. Riding open car or riding openly in the public is usually a needless risk taken by anyone who in such high office, especially when they are political officials. Those spiritual teachers such as prophets of God and messengers, their life and now been spared in the public according to recorded history of the life of these characters. They are both friends and enemies in public service, and we must be aware of them. Such outlaw action permitted in America is a disgrace and shame to the governments, the people who are recognized as world leaders, an example of what others should do in a way of friendship and cooperations. With the great scientific advancements that America has made, it does not seem possible in this modern time that the tragedy that took place on the 22nd of November should have happened. There is a long way from the assassination of President William McKinley. There are 62 years between the assassination of presidents of the United States of America. With such great advancements in the scientists of protection, these things should have never happened. Again, it shows to the world that governments of America and its people are actually given such outlaws and violent action to take human life at will, disregarding their own legal laws. Again, such action makes the country be classified as a country of governments, the outlaw, where people have no safety of their life under law which claim to safeguard the life of human beings. The natural Election. The black men of America have been privileged by the slave master children for the last centuries to vote for whites for office to judge and rule. Their freedom to vote had made the black man in America feel very dignified and proud of himself. He goes to the poll very happy to vote for a white ruler. Today, he is gradually changing to a desire to vote for his own kind for such office of authority. We must remember that our vote is strong and powerful only when and where the white man can use it to get an office over his white opponents. At the election and the victory, there are very few favors that come from his office to the black voters who help and aid him in getting an office. Why? Because he does not own the black voters anything as long as they have to feed, clothe, and shelter him. The black votes could be cash or not cash. The white citizens of the governments are going to win and continue to rule anyway. There is much talk of this man, and that man who shall the vote of the people put in the White House for the next 4 years. How much good has the two parties, Republicans and Democrats, done for us for the last centuries in the way of freedom, justice, and equality, regardless of what party wins? And that is always said against us, the black people in America. In just politics and the breathing of corruptions on the politics that have been practiced ever since Adam to the present day ruler. Adam was the first. There have not been justice for the black man and his race of people. This is why the race suffer from the fact of today. There are black politicians who would like to use the black people for selfish greed and will throw down behind any crock with money. Black politicians of this type have sold the black brothers to suffer in shame for self-evaluation with the crop. This election is one of the most serious in history of American governments because neither party that seeks the office of presidency is faced with the problem of saving lives of the people of America. If the president party Democrat remain in office, you know the answer. If the Republican Party take over, you should know the answer. There will be a lull before the storm. Storm can be delayed in every hour. And the day that it can be delayed is to your benefits. The black man should be very serious and careful about his vote because 90% of the black votes are cast by one who did not have the knowledge of what they are casting their votes for. As I said for many years, vote for Allah God to be rulers and come follow me. The dead are rising, they seek their own. The dead are we, the black one slave, and this white man of America. We are a mentally dead people. We are dead to the knowledge of self and others. The knowledge of self has now come to us from God who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is a man. A teaching brings us into reality and not into some kind of spooky or spirit or ghost-like teachings. Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is the all-wise living God. We desire that we see him as he is, a human being, and not something beyond the families of human beings spooksome. We can never ask a forming spirit to lead us, because we are not a forming spirit ourselves. Men can only listen to man. Man cannot listen other than man and have proof. We just never was able to obey anything but ourselves. We the ones that mentally are coming to a knowledge of life. When we learn this lesson of the living, it will destroy the brief and other than ourselves, bringing us up in slavery time, putting us to a mental death was something that the slave master and his children did because a desire to make us into something that was other than the truth in order to be able to keep our minds enslaved it. From the visit of God, In the person of Master Fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. Time now has come to us, as it is written, that on the day of judgment we shall see God as he is. The Bible, Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. The rise of the dead does not, by any means, mean what you and I was taught when we were little boys and little girls. Even while we were little boys and little girls, and man and woman age, we are still pushed on the baby side for understanding of the truth. We the black people are no longer babies. We are babies to no one except God himself. You are fast learning that you are not babies anymore, but when you rise up from the dead knowledge of black self and others. You are learning fast that Allah God is fast in creating us in a new way of thinking. And the way in which we have been thinking was in a way of untrue and unseeming way of understanding. America is a country where evil is dominant. People in America think nothing but evil. And the very moment that you can talk to a person without getting a thought quickly, their mind is filled with evil. We, the black people in America, are called dead spiritually. And we, the black people in America, now desire to make for ourselves something better than what the slave master's children have made of us. We want to make something better of ourselves than what the slave master children still do make of us. Look at the many people who used to be stage actors who are now forsaking the stage as being a mockery to them, are now former stage actors who want to be seen and convert with as civilized black people, not as some kind of a stage actor. The right stage actors are with substance because they are civilized. A meaningless act is not enjoyed by people who are intelligently learned into the knowledge of civilization. But the poor black man in America have no knowledge of any civilization. For the white man have gotten to all of the civilized people of the earth. And he knows them and they know him. This is why now a war between civilization must take place. Because the present ruler, right race, had deceived the whole entire civilized world with their civilization of deceits. The right race was made for the purpose of making mischief. The right race was made for the purpose of deceits. And now that Almighty God has come to make manifest that which had been hidden of the truth, is run the white man under his deceitful blanket, which he had the white man covered it. As the Bible teaches us, God will pull the covering off of the cover and show the nation his right race shame. If the white men have not been uncovered by Almighty God Allah, came the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom praise are due forever. I do not see any cover left for the white man's skins. But Allah God is pulling the cover off of this right race. This make it possible for us, the black people, who is dead to the knowledge of the truth, to see the natural characteristics of this deadly white enemy of the black man. Now we can stun our enemies like we do a rattlesnake. When we see the rattlesnake or hear his rattlesnake, begin to try and seek cover for the rattlesnake. If we are not able to kill, for we know his deadly sting. But this snake white race had overtaken us, and he had bitten us so many times that we had become so poisoned from his poison getting to our blood, from his sting. It has taken God now to come to prevent the snake from continuing to sting us. Allah God has that cure for being bitten by the snake. To separate both of us from being involved with each other so that the snake poisonous sting will not affect us. The black man in America have never knew anyone but the right race. Therefore, the black man seek pacification and mercy from a people. You cannot blame the white man from what he is. You cannot blame him from being what he is, for the white people was made the people that they are. And the white man had made us, the black man, other than our own self. At the present time, we are not like we were. We was created in the beginning. In the beginning, we was created right. And then we were deceived by the deceiver, who is made a deceiver by nature. Our black people are rising up, and we're happy to rise to the knowledge of self in others. The rise of the dead will be like the blast of a trumpet pretty soon. The black people will come to a knowledge of themselves so fast they'll look like the rise of the dead has taken place at once. I just love to look at my black people now and all of them rising and listen to them talk. You see how much different they are. My black people must get out of these white man's names. My black people must be qualified into the real original names of Almighty God, Allah. Come to the temple of Islam and learn all about yourself. To learn all about yourself, you'll be able to take those who enslave you and warp them around your little fingers. And you will not feel them on your little fingers until you see them on your little fingers and snake them off. Allah, God love you. I love you. We want to build up this world for ourselves. Live in this world in peace and happiness. The resurrection of our people. The old world must be removed to make way for a new world. Okay, I'm out. Peace.